Capricorn. How are you guys doing? I'm doing your reading for the month of June. We are looking into you and your person's energy and what we can look forward to in this month, what favor the energies bring us, and what we need to be aware of. So that's what we're doing. We're doing a reading for Capricorn for love for the month of June. For those of you who are new, welcome. And those of you who are returning, it's nice to have you here once again. So I just want to do a short intro, especially for those of you who are here for the first time. I'm a no tools medium, intuitive reader, born gifted. What this means is I channel spirit. I receive messages from spirit, your guides, my guides. I receive impressions and I read the energy regarding your situation, your person, yours, and I'm constantly receiving messages about what it is that spirit wants me to reveal to you or share with you. So even if it seems as though I'm sharing a personal story or a personal opinion, what I do is I receive these impressions, I receive messages, I get energy, I'm shown into various parts of your story, and I have to interpret this energy. I have to interpret the messages I receive from spirit. And so I use analogies and I use stories, but everything that I say is your message. It's me channeling for you, okay? From the time that I start recording. So Capricorn, I've decided to do the zodiac reading slightly different as of this month, where I'm starting them off with looking into the masculine energy and the feminine's energy. So looking into what your energy is and what your divine counterpart's energy may be at this current time. Now, what Spirit wants me to say to you is you need to take into account not all of you have your divine counterpart in your life. Not all of you are focusing on your divine counterpart. So, and Spirit, if Spirit is bringing through message about that person, it's what's happening in their energy at the moment versus yours. Is it compatible? Which gives you an indication of, are you drawing closer? Or is there still a big gap or space between you guys, which makes it a bit difficult for you to come into alignment, for you to meet, because maybe someone is distracted by another relationship or whatever the case may be. Anyway, Spirit wanted me to share that for someone or for some of you. I just find that the times that we are in, we have all these divine connections, and people, you know, finding themselves being overwhelmed with the intensity of the connection and really struggling to understand the dynamic and what they should be doing and what they should not be doing. And so we want to give these divine connections a little bit of extra attention. And for those of you who are on your way to those divine connections, you know, to give you guidance. So that's what we are doing, Capricorn. Right, I've already blessed the space. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west, they have their sacred flame burning. I'm going to ask you, as always, to take a few deep breaths, settle into your intuition, and ask your guides and keepers to guide you into and through this reading. I tell a very specific, precise story. You will know if it is your message or not. You will know if it is your story or not. But sometimes we reverse roles, and messages that are meant for us, we block them out. So ask your guides and keepers to guide you. Keep an open mind so that you can hear what you need to hear to serve you, you know, to serve your greater good. Okay. Right, so Capricorn, love for June. Now let's take a look at the masculine's energy in this scenario. Now when I speak about the masculine and feminine, I am not referring to genitalia. I'm referring to the energy that you embody in your connection. If you are not sure about that, intuitively you would have an indication, but with me sharing the energies between the two of you, or the energies not between the two of you, sorry, the energies that you embody individually will also help you to know, okay, that's my energy, that's my story, that must be me in the dynamic. Because we can have same-sex relationships and one partner can embody a masculine energy and the other a feminine. Even in your relationships where you have men and women, sometimes the man embodies the feminine energy and the woman is more in a masculine energy. Okay, so you will have to rely upon your intuition to know where you fall. Now when we look at the masculine in this dynamic, Capricorn, now this could be you or your person. The masculine in this dynamic has very deep emotions. Spirit says that the masculine could very possibly have water, if it's you in your chart or your person in their chart. Deep emotions, very, very heart-centered, carries the heart on the sleeve kind of thing. And deep emotions towards the feminine. There is a lot of favor. And whatever this masculine sets out to do now, even though it might have appeared as though the masculine has made decisions in the past or in the recent past that would not serve. Spirit is saying that the outcome is going to be better than expected. I'm seeing that this masculine is very possibly aware that this connection is sacred. Feeling as though this feminine feels like home, like family. There's been a lot of healing. This masculine finds that they are tapping into healing their bloodline, healing areas of their life that is associated with how they see family, how they see relationship, and feeling a sense of overall well-being when it comes to the feminine. The masculine has been dealing with harsh criticism and harsh words recently from people, possibly in the family, people they consider to be family, and also in the home. So if this masculine is still living with someone, then that is what this is about. If this masculine is still living at home with family, they've suddenly started to realize they can't continue like this. They need to break away. There is a person or a group of people that they've associated with home, that there's been some harsh words exchanged lately, and they're feeling that they need to cut certain things out. Now we're looking at the divine feminine, the feminine energy in this connection. The feminine energy, where the masculine is in a space of being very heart-centered, very emotionally connected, the feminine has been in a conflicting kind of energy lately, possibly having to be harsh and be harsh with the tongue in various areas and various relationships. Not the same energy. The feminine, I'm seeing that the feminine has a lot of people in her ear. She's been having a lot of conversations about, obviously, whatever she feels she needs to be so conflicted about or so defensive about. I'm not sure that the advice that she's getting is good, or that she's even listening to it. She's in a bit of a defensive energy here. So if it's you, please know that your energies are very, very different. You know, it's okay to be two different people on their individual paths, coming together to then share in whatever it is they've gathered out there and then dancing together. But when you are when you are stuck in a lower vibration and your person is elevated to a higher vibration, it makes it very difficult for you to come together. That's why you have these scenarios where people lived two streets away from one another, and they only met at a party somewhere else, and then they realized, but they lived in the same apartment block. Why didn't they ever meet or see one another? Energies are not aligned, so you will miss one another. This is why I needed to tell you what I did in the beginning. Now it makes sense. It's very possible. What I'm seeing here is that the feminine has lost somebody, a loved one, and that there has very possibly been a death for some, if you're the feminine, for some of you, or if your person is the feminine. And the reason why they're in this lower vibrational energy is because they're grieving, but they're not grieving in a healthy way. There is a need to look into things too much here, and from an unhealthy place, which means you start to focus in on things that are not positive. But the desire and the intention is for goodness. The desire and the intention for the feminine is to have the best possible outcomes. That is the desire. And that is what will come, even if one chooses a path that is a little bit more challenging. You know, we get where we need to get. Sometimes we just choose a more challenging path there. So this is the energy for the masculine and the feminine. Okay, so now let's take a look at what to expect between you and your person, Capricorn, this month. Okay, I'm seeing whatever this is a very specific message for some of you. You know, either your body has communicated, has been the means of communication, so your soul has been telling you through your body. So a certain part of your body, a certain chakra has recently been diagnosed with disease, and there's a message in that. So your body's telling you where you need to heal. Others of you have received direct messages to say you need to address this. And then, of course, if you've lost someone, there is grief. I'm seeing that you've come from a period of being so strong in your strength, and for some reason you've reversed that. You are not in your strength and you are not in your power, and you might be thinking that this conflict, you being a little bit more aggressive, direct, setting things straight, is coming from a healthy place. It's not. You've reversed your energy. The strength card is in reverse. You were in your strength, is what Spirit says. You were in your strength, and you have not Your focus should be on healing what you've been given directive. Spirit says you've been given directive here. You've not been left blind. Instead of trying to manage and micromanage everything in your life around you and other people, mind your business. Deal with what it is you need to be dealing with. Because you're choosing to try and sort your life and fix things. You know intuitively things need to be fixed, but you're trying to fix things outside of you. You're not doing it. That's not going to serve you. That is causing it's destructive. If you have recently been diagnosed with something, don't just be comfortable in, okay, well, that's what the doctor's going to do. Your soul communicates with you through your body. If you don't know how to interpret what that particular area of your body or that condition or that chakra is saying to you, then get a reading or get advice from a spiritual, from an intuitive reader, medical medium, or just get guidance on that to get the interpretation. If you feel that I'm speaking to you, you can contact me. But you've been on a really, really good stretch here. You're regressing. And if I'm not speaking to you, and this is for your person, and this is for the cross watcher, you know who this is for, then you, Capricorn, please hold space for this person and know that the way that they are behaving is not who they are. They are projecting from a place that is wounded. And because they are not dealing with themselves, what happens is those parts of ourselves that we don't deal with, those archetypes, they act out in our lives and they start to cause chaos because we're not addressing them. What happens when if you have a kid and you ignore that child, the child says, I'm hungry, or I need this, or whatever, and you ignore the child, what do they start doing? They start acting out. So you have to pay attention to them. And then you're going to say that the child is being disobedient, and then they're going to keep acting out until you sit down and ask yourself, this child wasn't like this before. What is happening? So this is the situation. Trying to be light about things, trying to bring a light energy, trying to say it's not a big deal. When there's a lot of dense energy behind everything that you're doing, it is a big deal. Some of you have found yourself in a situation where you put someone on a pedestal. You saw so many possibilities with them. You thought the sun came up where they were, and you realized that you were delusional, and that sent you on a very deep journey within. Speaking to Source about a lot of things, and that was good, and that's what brought you into your strength. And you saw the benefits of being in your strength. Now you're making a different choice. You have an opportunity to be fair about things, but I don't see that happening. When you are in a guarded, defensive energy, because you feel that you've got to absolutely take care of you because you are suffering on some level, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. You tend to be overly focused and sensitive to what your needs are. They're not even your needs. Your needs are that you address and sit with the parts of you that do need you. But now you will overcompensate in other areas and be like, these are my needs. And it makes you overlook the needs of other people that you are in relationship with. Now, you are not responsible for other people's happiness, and you are not responsible for how other people experience life. But we are accountable to those that we step into relationship with. And if I'm in a destructive energy with myself because I have a festering wound and I keep ignoring it, then there is no way that I'm not going to bring that energy into my relationships where I'm now triggering, digging into wounds that I don't even need to be doing. Some of you have a choice to make, and you're going to make it. You know that you desire for things to feel different. You want to welcome a new energy into your life. You want to feel better emotionally. And so you are looking at possible reasons around you as to why you're not feeling better emotionally. So now Spirit wants me to say to you, not so long ago, are you able to remember that there was a time when you felt better emotionally? What were you doing then that you are not doing now? Your emotional well-being is not other people's responsibility, it's yours. So if you don't have it, there's something that you are not providing yourself with. There is a cutting out or a cutting off of certain relationships that I'm seeing here. Somebody that is severing whatever this relationship has meant for them. I'm not saying it's a romantic partner, but it might be somebody that you are not, that feels that you're not appreciating them. And I know that you want the best possible outcomes, but if you remain in this energy, so if I'm picking up your energy, you will know what I mean. Then you will not have the victory that you desire. Okay, let's get some clarity on these. Okay. You found yourself being in your strength not so long ago, and having lots of joyous times, lots of celebration, lots of beautiful experiences with relationship. And then you found yourself feeling mentally overwhelmed and just shutting off. And this is because something's happened recently that has left you feeling as though your world is completely fallen apart. Your world hasn't. But you feel this way. And this has sent you into an energy of conflict. You or your person. But I'm only really picking up on one person's energy here. Finding yourself going inward, but really just finding yourself feeling so overwhelmed that you suddenly, these relationships, support structures, this feeling of having a community, a sense of support and love, you're feeling burdened by it, and it's not it's what's going on inside of you. But you're trying desperately to gain control, and you are very much, or your person is very much in an energy of it's my way or the highway. And therefore there's this cutting out, there's losing of precious relationships or the possibility of that. Someone is in a manipulative energy here, and that's why there will be no equal give and take. And a decision does need to be made, but I feel like this is the kind of decision that is a personal one, about how we choose to respond to our life experience in our inner journey, which then has an impact on our external journey. Whatever it is that you've recently experienced that has left your life feeling as though it's upside down, so your world's turned upside down. You need to look at everything around you differently. You need to look at it from a place of appreciation, because it might not seem that way, but it's actually in your favor. Everything that has happened has brought you new energy and brought you favor and abundance, and to help you progress and to move forward. You can only grasp the beauty of what this challenging experience and period has brought you by filling your own cup. Now, filling your own cup doesn't mean that I'm going to take from others to fill me. No. Or I'm going to, it's not a nasty kind of selfishness. It's, let me fill myself. Let me make sure I'm full before I deal with this person. Let me make sure I'm full before I make this decision. Am I full? If I'm not full, then now's not the time for me to be making big decisions. Whether you want to or not, you are going to, your soul is calling for a better, deeper, more conscious relationship with yourself. And whether you choose the hard way or the simple way, this is where you're headed. Capricorn, this is not from me. Spirit, I know, is giving you quite a talking to. Spirit is saying, it's no use that you look for love in the world if you cannot establish it within yourself. We can send you the best people. We can send you the most love. It will not be sustainable, because if you don't have the quality of relationship with yourself that you want with another person, you will not match the vibration. You will not match the energy that we are sending into your life, and you will not see it, and it will not stay. You have to choose you. You have to choose you. You have to choose you. You can't choose to, even if we're doing, for example, if I feel that I lack stability, I feel I need stability in my life. Now I'm going to look at everything around me and see, how can I change that it feels more stable? How can I change that person or that relationship that there's a better sense of stability? How can I change this person that I'm in a relationship with here inside is getting frustrated and tired because I'm waiting for you to deal with me. And you are running around all over the show trying to invest energy in places that you shouldn't be, that don't need fixing. You have to choose you. You have to choose you. There is a hope for a sense of well-being, a sense of harmony and peace. And Spirit is saying, this is what we are coming to tell you about. You want harmony and peace, but your energy is focused on, there's this bouncing between energies, and it's mainly focused on what's happening in the material world and in the 3D and with money and material things. How do you deal with And I know you are earth sign, so you're practical and you want to be able to deal with the tangible stuff. But you can't knit a jersey with cotton. You know, that's a different fabric. You know, you if you're wanting to develop emotionally, and you want to develop emotional maturity, and you want to feel emotionally fulfilled and abundant, that's where you gotta go. Unfortunately for some of you, there is endings, as I said already, of a relationship or some relationships in your life where it just doesn't feel emotionally fulfilling anymore, not for you or for them. And the sad thing is, it's not even about this relationship. It's been a projection of that feeling emotionally unfulfilled within oneself and projecting it onto a relationship and not seeing it clearly. And unfortunately, some of us have to lose before we come back, realize that we need to come back into our strength. This reading, Capricorn, has been about you. And I understand why, because it's very possible that I'm speaking to the feminine, because this story that I'm telling aligns with the feminine's energy more than I described in the beginning, right? I said the masculine is in the heart space, so the story that I'm telling doesn't make sense for the masculine. What I want to do, though, Spirit has focused only here on you, because I suppose that that's the only thing that matters right now. But I do want to take a look and see if Spirit is willing to share with us what we should know about your relationship, if you are in a connection, or if you are wanting some sort of insight into that. And what Spirit is saying to me is, this is insight into that. Spirit knows what you've been asking for, but you need to align with what you've been asking for. And if you do have somebody in your life at the moment if you remain in this energy, you could unmatch yourself with the vibration of the energy, you know. So let's look and see. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else that you would like to tell Capricorn? Okay. With regards to their connection and the person that they're thinking about. Okay. So okay, so Spirit says that what you are heading for is a tower. And what that means is that brings with it, it's a surprise, it's a shock, but it brings with it an ego death, and it helps us to sometimes see things clearly. Because you are taking rest and restoration and pausing on something that you are supposed to be giving your attention to. You know you're supposed to be addressing this, and you should have dealt with this a long time ago. You've been given all the guidance and the insight to do that. And you have access to help if you really want and need. Spirit is saying that you need to remember how precious your relationships are. You are trying to be lighthearted around them, not giving them what is the word? Not taking them as seriously as you should, because you're focusing on things that you shouldn't be focusing on. you have to, you know that you need to love yourself, and you are reaching for that. But spirit is saying that some of you, if you are feeling in your experience, in whatever you're doing currently, where you've been reaching to take care of yourself and to love yourself more, if it has been, you know, if you've been feeling negative emotion around it and it's not been positive, then you're not doing it in the right way. If you are feeling a sense of ease and you're feeling that you are being uplifted, and in you doing this, you are feeling that everything around you is being elevated, then you're doing it in the right way. That is the message here. Um, Spirit is also saying that some of you are not sure if somebody is just being flirtatious or serious about you. And Spirit is saying, you need to just be in the moment. Make the most of the moment. Value it for what it is in the moment. Don't be so invested in whether or not other people are so absolutely invested in you. You see, if you are full and your cup is full, it won't matter. But you have your eye on someone, or someone really has their eye on you. They are watching you, or you are watching them, or both of you are watching one another. Capricorn, this has been your reading. If this has been your message and you found that it resonates with you, and you would like to comment, please do that. I read all the comments. I really enjoy them, and I appreciate the energy exchange. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my readings, of my videos. And it also helps other people who need to receive these messages to have access to them. If you found that this is your message and you'd like to have a personal look into your situation, you are welcome to contact me. My email address is in the description box below. And I will be happy to guide you through it and to bring you deeper insights into your personal situation. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel your energy and to bring you your messages. Until next time, love and light. Bye now.